Hello, I'm Robert Cooper, and these are my favourite memories of NTFL football.
I started my NTFL career with Buffalo Football Club back in the early 70s. Played Buffs. Then I played 296 games till 93, then I left Darwin in 93 and played down south. My family ties with Buffaloes. My dad was part of the committee. He coached us, all the boys. He's pretty well respected, my dad and mum. My dad was a very hard coach. My grandfather, Reuben Cooper, is a legend in football up in Darwin here. As everybody knows, he started football in Darwin. He's a Buffalo man too. And I love Buffalo Footy Club, unfortunately, but a few things went the other way when the club offered me more money, so I left Buffalo to go to Nilan. I think it was 86, or 87. I think footy in the young fellas growing up was more about a social event for all of us guys, because football was our passion. So we ran the training, and in those days that training, compared to I see footy today, all your mates would turn up and we had a good time together. And 90% of the guys who were so passionate about footy and they always wanted to win. And I think I love the footy game because on a Thursday night we wouldn't get home until Friday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, if not lunchtime the next day, which was a fun thing, and it was a social event for the footy players, you know. So, but I look back at footy today, and people ask me what I thought about Darwin footy, and I think today most teams have one or two players to worry about. But back in our days, you imagine like St Mary's, the Longs, the Riolis. I mean, there's so many talented footy players. Johnny Preppel. There were so many great players, but each team had not one, had 9 players. So you had Nike, the Motlop guys, the Davies, the Peras, the Grants. I mean, and you know, just so many great footy players. You know, and Tony Dragon was a tough footy players, and the Krogers and all those sort of guys. But every club didn't have one or two. So when you played footy, you had a challenge of, you know, playing with so many great footy players in our days. And I think the greatest player here would have been Nanga Ahmet by a mile, but Bubba Tai was my idol, and he's someone I had so much respect for. And I think most of these young guys running around today wouldn't last 5 minutes on the footy field with Bubba Tai. He would put you to sleep, and you know, these young guys running today, it's a different game of football compared, you know, imagine old Jackie Long, I mean, Basil Campbell, I mean, toughest boys, Maestri Ollie, those guys were tough. And you know, KG, Bruno Long, you know, and these guys I played on, Moff Athanasia. So I kicked a lot of goals on those guys, but they were guys that I have a lot of respect for, and you know, and look at Dunny. Dennis is one of the greatest. If he kept playing, and so you know, I was behind Dunny, but I didn't play full forward. I played in the centre and half forward flank and centre half back. So I played all over the field in my footy career. When Peter Berg he had the Golden Boot Award here, and I had to kick 15 goals to beat his record, and it was raining day, and we played wonders in an event, and I kicked 15 goals and beat Bergwine's record, so he wasn't happy about the free airfare. So yeah, when you look back in those days, you know, all over the field there were so many, like Stephen Rioli and Chrissy Long guys. Mate, there were just so much talent around in those days. It was hard competition. I think most of our time we used to laugh, and you know, like Coochie and all those guys, Coochie Raymond, yeah, he always made us laugh because he was one of the tough boys on the field, and Coochie was always, we looked up towards Coochie and our young guys, you know, the young boys, and yeah, he always made us laugh and run around the footy field, and he's one of those guys so passionate about football, and we all played, you know, we had half time, he'd come up and pat you on the back, you know, and tell us to lift our game, but he was a good footy player in his days. But I think the memories of playing footy up and down is great. I've had opportunity to play with a lot of top footy players, you know, Michael Long and all the boys. We had opportunity to play, you know, and people like Eddie Fry and, you know, Lindsay McGuinness, my cousin Lindsay McGuinness. So we played with a lot of great footy players all over the board, you know, and Pepperell and all those guys, and my cousin Jerry Rowe. You know, Tommy Thorne, he was a great centre forward that played footy up here for Buffaloes. Timmy Callion, but blokes like Barney Quayle, the Quayle family, who were, you know, amazing footy players. And Barney is somebody I always think about when I having a ball on a string. Barney Quayle was, you know, the great Mr. Natural in the wet or dry. He was, you know, one of the best players. But you know, people always ask me, but Bubba Tai would be by a mile, you know, the hardest. It's like trouble with Bubba. We played around a bit and we lived together. And Bubba was like a brother to me, so he's, you know, like he looked after me a lot of my footy career. Because we went out every day, every Saturday, and we played against the toughest teams around. And you know, Waratahs had guys like Selwyn Short. You know, then you had one was Bobby Shields who'd clean you up in a flash, and you know that gun players, the Gus and Kevin Wagon, he's a great footy players. Billy Ellis, you can name a dozen in each team that's got top quality players that were, you know, could have played anywhere in Australia. People like Jason Jones, the local boy as a ruckman, who went down to Brisbane and played down south. I don't know how come, but he went down there and made it, unfortunately. But this is just for you, Jason Jones. I think playing a lot of grand finals with the Buffalo Football Club, and you know, having a bond with all the boys in Darwin, and yeah, you know, and football was a passion to me. So, and we loved playing against our best friends. Like Darwin and St Mary's was always a rival, you know, for many years, and the Longs, the Rileys and all that. So, but then I went to Nightcliff. I played with Johnny Riley. I thought it was a legend, right? John Riley. I loved playing with Johnny Riley. He was a talented young Indigenous guy. Could have went anywhere, but he didn't want to go. Typical Darwin thing. And I think that's the thing. A lot of young Darwin guys. We all had the schools to go away. I went down to Brisbane at such a young age to play in Brisbane. I played down there. You know, Port Lincoln. That's where all the Davey boys got to come to Darwin. Because myself, Bubba Ty and John Stokes, we brought all those guys back to Darwin. And yeah, they played up here, and you know, we had the opportunity to play with the Millers and the Betts, and you know, so many great footy players in Port Lincoln. So yeah, if I look back, in my days, if I could, I wish I would have actually stayed here and played more games, because Mark Motlop would never have caught my record. Mark Motlop, after 20 years, sitting on the bench running himself off on the field, you know, so like I feel, you know, a bit annoyed about that Mark Motlop, but nah, doesn't matter. But I would have played quite a few games when you look at my record from '93, playing so many games. And yes, I did enjoy the football in Darwin. I wish I would have stayed here and played way more games. But it was sad to leave Buffalo Footy Club, which was sad. And I still go for Buffaloes, and I still love the club. But yeah.